get the cars.
TUNANOCRUST.
There's a fine line between knockoff, copycat, and someone seeing a cool idea and going, we can do that. So where does the show Trick My Truck fall? Is it an original idea using a successful formula, or should MTV be looking to sue somebody years after the fact? And what happened to the show and its hosts? Welcome back to TUNANOCRUST, the biggest channel on YouTube about your favorite car shows. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell, and stick around for a discussion question in the comments. So what was the show about? You might be able to guess from the title. The formula of Trick My Truck was simple. The mechanics helped a run-down truck escape, gave the driver a loaner truck to use in the meantime, and polished the vehicle into a piece of roadworthy art.
You got me speechless. This is the coolest thing I have ever seen.
Let's go check it out.
If you're a fan of Pimp My Ride, Trick My Truck should sound very similar. And much like Pimp My Ride was an MTV production, the first episode of Trick My Truck aired on Country Music Television, or CMT, on February 3rd, 2006. Neither of these channels expects you to know anything about cars. They're entertainment first, car shows second. Some technical stuff was cut. It was the most popular show on CMT a year after its release. Many fans of Pimp My Ride go so far as to call Trick My Truck a copycat/knockoff. It really is similar to Pimp My Ride, albeit with much larger vehicles and a slightly different angle. The shows are structurally very similar. Someone asks to get their semi fixed, the guys from Chrome Shop Mafia make it look awesome, and the clients usually go home happy.
My family's gonna go crazy when they see this thing. This thing's awesome. And I can't thank them enough for calling these guys. My kids are gonna think I'm the coolest dad on the planet when they see this little truck.
Before we get into the cast, let me just say that the choice to run Trick My Truck on CMT was A+ audience targeting. People watching a channel dedicated to country music might have giant trucks too, but they wouldn't care about a lot of other celebrities or rap music. In other words, the MTV crowd enjoying Exhibit probably wouldn't have enjoyed Trick My Truck and vice versa. Good call. The showrunners also knew that the truckers took a lot of pride in their rides. Most of us probably drive down the highway and don't think about the trucks going by, but these are the drivers' lives. They want their workhorses to look as good as possible. And unlike Pimp My Ride, which I've covered in other videos, the guys on Trick My Truck picked trucks that they honestly thought deserved special treatment. To quote Rob Richardson, one of the hosts, well, it's not so much the truck we're looking at, it's the driver, and their deservingness. The sense of camaraderie was real. The crew tried to modify trucks so that they would show the drivers' personalities. Some truck drivers live in their vehicles. These aren't luxury rides, and the CMS crew knew that. Kevin and Rob, who both had prominent roles on the show, both agreed that the personal connections between truckers made the culture special. Exhibit couldn't buy that if he tried.
Exhaust.
There was also a spin-off called Trick My Trucker, which took things a step further. Truckers are stereotyped as being, well, on the heavier side. Trick My Trucker's goal was to turn the truckers themselves into lean, mean driving machines that looked as good as they drove. Professional trainer Aaron Aguilera and stylist Harmony Krieger helped make them beautiful inside and out. Let me know if you want me to make a video about this. But back to Trick My Truck. Part of the reason that the show placed more emphasis on mechanics was that the TV producers found Chrome Shop Mafia, the hosts and mechanics, at a trucking convention. This wasn't a bunch of actors suddenly deciding to make a truck show. It was a bunch of TV producers looking for good mechanics to help with an idea they had. That said, don't be surprised to learn that not many of the cast members have returned to television. That's not their job. As a final note, there was another show, Outcast Customs, that was frequently confused with Trick My Truck, and with good reason. They were very similar shows with some shared staff. The biggest difference is that one aired on CMT and the other aired on Velocity Network. So who were these professionals and what did they do? Let's start with the main cast, who stuck around through the show's entire run. Rob Richardson was the main host of the show. Specifically, he specialized in setting up audio systems. He owned Rob's Audi Studios in Joplin, Missouri, and was one of the best audio installers in the US. Rob was also dedicated to improving the reputation of truckers as a whole. In his own words, well, you know, everybody has a bad image on trucking, the whole image of trucks out there. So we wanted to put a positive spin on that and show that these drivers are actual people with everyday lives. Kevin Locklear and his wife, April, had been working at their own shop, Outcast Customs, since 2000. They both grew up in trucking families and the rest was history. Ryno Templeton was one of the show's artists. He's known for airbrushing, specifically. If you've seen the sweet paint jobs on these trucks, chances are you can thank Ryno. According to IMDb, Lance Burke is the owner of a feed business, but that's not what he's known for. No, that honor goes to the amazing Iron Man truck he had in Season 4, Episode 3, Iron Man Edition.
Pass out.
Matt Moore was a rising star on the show. He was always eager to try new things with fabrication and welding specifically. Steve and Alan Harrah were both customizers on the show. Specifically, Steve was a fabricator, meaning he made the custom parts used on the show. Alan Harrah also knew his stuff when customizing cars. Gregory and Patrick Blaze were both relatively minor cast members. They nonetheless contributed to customization. Their most famous creation was Stealth, a pitch-black modified truck that looks like something out of a spy movie. There were more cast members. I'm sticking to the main crew for time's sake. I will, however, say that the CSM members who left around episode 41 were a lot easier to track down. This show had a winning formula and a cast who knew their stuff. What happened to it? As per the official website of Chrome Shop Mafia, many members of the original crew felt like the show was moving away from big rigs, CSM's specialty. There is no clear answer about the rest of what happened, but the show had a good 59-episode run spanning a total of 5 seasons. Not bad. Where did they all go after that? Most of the cast members have vanished into obscurity, but here's what I could dig up. Remember when I mentioned Outcast Customs? Kevin Locklear still runs a truck shop with his wife April. This shop is separate from the Chrome Shop Mafia. It had a short-lived show that could be its own video. Kevin and his wife have appeared in progressive commercials and gotten the attention of German markets. They seem to have pivoted to more functional repair work versus customs. Their new business name, K&L Collision Centers, says it all. Steve Harrah and a few other cast members might or might not be at the latest iteration of the business. I don't know. The older listings are outdated, and the news site says nothing about the team members. Fans will be upset to hear that the show's main host, Rob Richardson, passed away on December 8, 2014. The cause of death was a heart attack at his home in Webb City, Missouri. He was only 41 years old. As one of the best audio riggers in the nation and someone who wanted the world to see truckers in a new light, he will be greatly missed. He is survived by his wife, Heather, and 2 daughters, Makala and Megan Pippin. Other cast members have much happier tales to tell. Ryno Templeton, for example, has gone all in on airbrushing. He still appears on coastairbrush.tv and offers classes on his website. Just ask if they're doing anything beforehand. The class listing hasn't been updated since 2022. It's a little hard to tell who at the current iteration of CSM was also on the show. I know Brian Martin still runs the shop, but if you want to keep in touch with the shop that started it all, follow them on relevant social media. Their site is easy to navigate, even if it's mostly about Brian Bossman Martin. We might have to poke them. The Our Team tab was blank when I checked. Rob and Kevin Pickett were among the bunch that left the show. They're not only doing fine, but have a sleek website showing their work at Pickett Custom Trucks. Check them out. Almost everyone else, yeah, I couldn't find much. Again, these people were professional mechanics, not actors. A lot of people saw Trick My Truck as a carbon copy of Pimp My Ride. And yes, I'll admit, the similarities are more than skin deep. But do you see Trick My Truck as a shameless copycat, or does a rising tide lift all ships? Let me know what you think of the show and if 2 very similar shows can coexist in harmony in the comments below. We'll see you next time.